I guess you won't be needing me very much longer, will you?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you won't be needing a live-in nurse once you've recovered.
No. No, I guess you're right. You'd never believe what great pleasure it's given me to have you here with me. Help me.
The pleasure has been all mine, believe me. You've been a model patient. I almost regret having to go back to the hospital and all the problems I have there. Well, judging from the way you're dressed, I guess I don't have to remind you about your checkup at the hospital today.
No, you don't, actually. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, why?
Because after the examination, I have an appointment with the chief of staff. What's his name, Dr. Berger?
About what?
The drug rehabilitation clinic.
You're going ahead with the clinic, then?
Definitely. I'm going to talk to him about raising the money for it, about naming it after Jamie.
Mac, do you really think it's such a good idea to name it the James Frame Drug Rehabilitation Clinic?
What do you mean?
Well, I just really don't think that's the thing to do for Jamie right now. I think naming it after him could be a big mistake.
You ready to go? Guess there's not much we can say to each other, is there?
Guess not. At least not now, anyway. Well, I guess I'll go out and wait for the cab. Rick.
What?
Does it have to be this way?
I guess it does. We've been over it. There isn't anything I can do to change your mind, is there?
It's something that's really important to my career. Besides, Russ really wants me to do it. I don't really see there's any other choice.
We've got nothing to talk about. That's your cab. You better go.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yes? Yes. Yes, Mr. Lawrence, what is it? What? When? Wait a minute! What hospital? All right, yes, I'll tell her. And we'll be on the first plane that we can get. Thank you for... Dad, please don't die. Something wrong?
Well, I don't know for sure.
Well, what do you mean, Cecile?
Well, Brian's secretary called me at home this morning, and she said that Brian wanted to see me.
Yeah, what about?
I don't know. She didn't say. She just said that Brian wanted to see me as soon as I got into the complex.
Well, maybe it's about Jamie.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
Well, there's no reason to be worried, Cecile. If you go talk to Brian, I'm sure he'll tell you what's happening.
You think so?
Well, of course. Now, look, I tell you what. Why don't you go talk to Brian and then call me here afterwards? I'll be here all day.
Okay, I'll do that. I hope I didn't bother you, Sam.
No, it's no trouble at all, sweetheart. Jason Dunlap of Bay City testified today in the sensational trial of Ilsa Fredericks, alleged underworld figure based in Las Vegas. According to Dunlap's testimony, He was involved with Miss Fredericks in the death of singer Tracy Merrill. Dunlap admitted to having strong feelings for Miss Merrill, who died in the car explosion meant for her husband. Dunlap has been given immunity in exchange for his testimony implicating Miss Fredericks.
Another world. This big mistake. Why?
If you name the clinic after Jamie, it's the same as telling the whole world that Jamie had a drug problem.
Yes, but he's overcome those problems.
Has he?
Well, of course he has, especially after he was released from the detoxification unit.
But I think there's something you're not considering, Mac.
What's that?
Well, has Jamie overcome all the pressures and the problems that led him to the drug problem, or has he just not had to deal with them lately?
I don't think I understand what you're getting at.
By naming the clinic after Jamie, you're creating a constant reminder of his own inability to cope.
Good heavens, I never meant for anything like that to happen.
Oh, I know you didn't. So perhaps you should discuss this with Jamie. Or have you already?
No, I haven't. Seems like every time we see each other nowadays, we wind up arguing. Nothing gets said, except things we regret having said later.
Mac, I think it's only because Jamie's going through some problems with his marriage that he's acting like this. But it'll pass soon. You have to know that.
I just wish there was some way I could help. Some way of getting Jamie and Cecile back together.
Maybe that's not going to be possible.
Anything's possible.
Well, maybe they're not supposed to get back together. You have to consider that possibility.
Do you know something you're not telling me?
No, Mac, I don't. I'm just acting the devil's advocate.
So what you're really saying is I should keep my nose out of Cecile and Jamie's problems, aren't you?
Yes, I guess I am. I really think this is something that time will take care of. And, you just have to be patient and not be the controlling Matt Cory that you're used to being. Let what happens happen.
Problems, problems, problems. Well, I know what I want to let happen right now.
What's that?
Something very happy.
Hello, Brian.
Hello, Cecile.
You want to talk to me?
Yes, come on in. Have a seat, please.
Brian, you've spoken to Jamie, is that right?
Yes, I have. And I want you to know, Cecile, how sorry I am about what's happening.
Why? What did he say?
He wants a divorce.
Oh, Brian. I just knew that's why you wanted to see me. I just don't understand what's happening with me and Jamie. I love him so much.
I'm sure this is very difficult for you. But I do need to know if you're contesting the divorce.
No. Not if that's what Jamie wants.
Well, Jamie wants it to be a 90-day divorce.
What's that?
Well, if both parties agree to the divorce, the papers will be filed and presented to the court. Within 90 days, the divorce will be granted. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes, of course.
Now, Jamie wants you to have everything.
Everything? Jamie's willing to do that for me?
Yes. He wants you to have all the monies in the various bank accounts.
Oh, and what about the car? We owe a lot of money on the car.
Well, he's making arrangements to continue the payments.
Is that, something like alimony?
Not exactly. But Jamie is willing to pay you alimony, a fixed amount each month, until you remarry. If you do remarry, should you request it.
I see. Why is Jamie being so kind to me, Brian?
Well, Jamie wants to be fair. He doesn't want you to suffer as a result of this. However, there is one thing he wants to stipulate.
What's that?
Jamie is asked to keep the cabin.
The cabin? Oh, Brian, the cabin means so much to me.
Well, it means a great deal to Jamie, too. He spent a lot of his childhood in that cabin. He has a lot of happy memories there.
Well, I have a lot of happy memories there, too. I mean, after all, it was a wedding present from Mac to Jamie and me.
Cecile, I think that Jamie is really being more than generous in this settlement.
Oh, Brian, I think so, too, of course. I mean, I'm not arguing that. It's just that the cabin has such sentimental value. But if it's very important to Jamie, I mean, if he really wants the cabin, there is possibly one thing that we could do.
What's that?
Well, legally, the cabin belongs to both of us, right? But if Jamie is willing to do this, well, he might want to purchase my share of the equity in the place. Do you think that could be done?
Well, I'll have to talk to him about it.
Good. I mean, I know that he loves the cabin, but I don't think I should just give it away, do you?
I'll get back to you with his answer.
Thank you, Brian. Well, is that all?
Yes. I'm having the papers drawn up now. You should be able to get them in a couple of days.
Brian, isn't there any way for me to stop this whole thing?
Honestly? No, Cecile. I think Jamie's mind is made up. He really wants this divorce.
In here. I've been looking all over for you.
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Well, I gotta give him an answer about that hockey offer by Monday. So we gotta talk.
Yeah, I know. Means a lot to you, doesn't it?
It's something I've always wanted to do.
Oh, can I understand that? See, right now, I'm doing something that I've always wanted to do, too.
I mean, here at Cory.
Yeah. I really don't want to leave, Leigh. This is just the beginning of what I want to do. Can you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand it. Maybe if I hang around the rink Eventually, I'd be able to get on the Bay City Blues.
You mean you wouldn't go if I don't go?
I don't want to leave without you. I love you, Sally.
Why do you make things so difficult? Because I love you, too. But, listen, you've got to live your dreams. I don't want you to give them up. I mean that, okay?
What else can you do?
Well, you know what? Denny said something to me that made a lot of sense.
Denny, what does he have to do with any of this?
Leigh, Denny got you the job with the Madison Blazers.
What are you talking about?
Well, I guess he knew somebody and he put a good word in for you.
No.
Wait a minute. There's
No.
nothing wrong with that.
No!
Oh, Leigh, come on. There's nothing wrong with that if it's what you want.
I wanted to get it on my own. That's what's wrong.
Yeah, well, I think he just did what he thought was best for you.
He didn't. Well, I just won't take the offer. Not under these terms.
Oh, great. That's a real smart move, yeah. Cutting off your nose to spite your face. You know, I don't see what's wrong with it if he can get you in there.
It's because I'd never be able to feel it was something I'd done.
Okay, so Denny got you the job. But you're the one that has to prove yourself. Why don't you go and prove you can keep it? Because he can't do that for you, can he?
No, I guess he can't.
No, he can't. And Leigh, I know you can do it. And you know, what he said to me made a lot of sense.
What was that?
Well, he said that he thinks you should go to Madison and play hockey and that I should stay here and continue working at Cory.
Wonderful. Sounds exactly like something Denny would
Oh,
say.
wait a minute. Listen. It really does make sense. You know why? Because he even told me that the hockey season isn't that long, so when you have time, you can come back to Bay City.
Maybe I could come back once in a while.
Well, sure you can. You know, he even reassured me about what was bothering me.
What was that?
Well, I was kind of worried about what was going to happen. I didn't know what being separated from each other was going to do to us.
What did he say about that?
Well, he said that nothing would happen. Well, not if we loved each other. You do love me, don't you?
I said I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you said it. But I still think there's something that's bothering me.
I'm just wondering what Denny's really up to, Sally, that's all.
Now, what was so important that you couldn't talk
I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, I'm sitting. Now, what are you being so mysterious about?
I got a phone call a little while ago
Uh-huh, from whom?
from Mr. Lawrence.
Dad's lawyer? What do he want?
It's Dad.
Dad?
He's been taken to the hospital. He's very ill.
What happened? What's wrong with him?
They're not sure. He just collapsed in his office last night.
Collapsed? He's very... How ill? Could he die?
Yes, it is possible. At least that's what Mr. Lawrence said.
Oh. Never stops, does it? We've got to go to Philadelphia.
I know that. All the arrangements are made. We're going to.
When?
Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Now, I handle it with my usual aplomb.
What'd you do?
Oh, old Rick Holloway, who never was close to his father, got off the phone and broke down.
Oh, Rick. Oh.
You know, it really upsets me.
What?
is that he may leave us. See, and he might die, and I'll always remember that I never knew him.
I think you're wrong, Rick. Dad loves you a great deal. And no matter what was wrong, the past, I know you love him too. I think you both just expect too much from each other.
I know. It's just that I just want to get there in time to tell him that I understand.
I'm sure he knows that. I'm sure of it.
Jamie, I spoke to Cecile this morning about the divorce arrangements.
Did she accept the terms?
Well, she seemed very surprised that you were being so generous.
I'm sure she was.
However, there is one minor problem.
What is it?
On the matter of the cabin.
What about it?
She said she has a great sentimental attachment to the cabin because Mac gave it to both of you as a wedding gift.
And?
Well, she'd be willing, however, to concede the cabin to you if you would pay her for her fair share of the value of the property.
Well, fine. Do whatever you have to do. It doesn't make any difference to me anymore. I just want the matter settled.
Okay, Jamie.
Now, I just wanted to make sure, Brian, that in the short time you've been working here, you've been able to familiarize yourself with what Mac and I do.
Oh, yes. I've had a crash course in managing a publishing company. You know, I always thought handling Mac's legal affairs was difficult, but...
Well, we have good department heads in all the departments, so if everything runs smoothly, I think everything will be all right, at least for a while.
Jamie,
Excuse me. Here's the coffee, Jamie. Brian, I hope I didn't make it too strong.
Thank you.
Well, I just wish someone would tell me what is happening. Everybody is shuffled around, different offices, different assignments. They're asking me all the questions. I know absolutely nothing about it.
Liz, thank you very much. Just calm down. I think we'll have that all settled this afternoon.
Well, thank heavens. I was just about to go crazy, you know.
I'll talk to you later, Liz. Well, if you have nothing else to discuss, I do have some work to do. I've lost a lot of time already today.
Jamie, I think we should talk.
Not now, Brian. I can't.
All right. But soon.
We'll see each other again.
Daily Ledger, Philip Lyon's office.
Sandy, is that you?
Cecile? Something wrong?
Oh, well, I talked with Brian.
Yeah, right. How'd it go?
Well, not very well. He discussed what Jamie plans to do.
Listen, are you all right, Cecile?
No, I'm not. I'm all alone, and I'm feeling depressed, and I don't know which way to turn.
Look, as soon as I can get away from here, I'll come over. Where are you now?
I'm at home in the penthouse.
Okay, listen. I'll see you soon. Can you wait for me, babe?
Yeah. Thank you, Sandy. Bye.
How you doing? Come by, see if you're all right. Hey, kid, how you doing? You all right?
I'm better now that you're here. My father might be dying, Joey.
Yeah, I know. Rick told me.
We have to go to Philadelphia.
I figured that. You want me to go with you?
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
I really wish I could help you, Hannah.
Just being here, means a lot. There's nothing you can do. Not this time. You know what makes me awful sad?
What?
My father may not live to see us married again. You know, he may not know that this time we're going to make it work.
Look, why don't you take her home? Give her these.
What is that?
It's just a mild sedative. It'll help you sleep. We may be in for some rough days ahead.
Well, you're not going to take one of these, are you?
No, you know how I feel about pills.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, and I want to know how you're going to get through these next few days.
I'll manage.
Rick, will you please stop being so noble?
I'm not being noble. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
And how come you don't sound fine?
Look, will you get her out of here? She's going to do more to get on my nerves than anyone. Come on.
Rick, please, I don't think you should be alone. Would you please come home with me? I have an extra bedroom. I can take care of you.
Please.
Are you sure you're going to be okay?
I'll be fine if you'll let me alone. Kid, come on. The man wants to be alone. Let's
I've
go.
noticed. I just want to know
Kid.
why.
I need to spend some time alone. Okay?
I'm sure that's all it is.
You want to know Thin Blood?
Okay. I'm going. I love you. See you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
True?
Is what true?
Don't play your clever little games with me, Denny. Just answer me. Is it true that you arranged for me to get that offer from the Madison Blazers?
I talked to the coach.
Why? Why'd you do it?
I knew him. I knew he was looking for good people. So I just reminded him that you were still available.
I suppose you didn't think I could make it without your help, huh?
Could you?
Well, of course not, Denny. I didn't even know they were starting a team in Madison.
That's just my point. I did know. So I just mentioned to him that your name.
Yeah, but you didn't think I could make it without your help. Is that right?
Maybe.
Oh, here's something else. You know that?
You're forgetting one thing, Leigh.
I doubt it.
I can recommend you for a team. But once you're hired, you're on your own. I can't play hockey for you. You've got the talent. I think you can make it.
That's what Sally said.
She's right.
You think so?
I wouldn't have recommended you if I didn't think so.
I'm really trying to believe you, Denny.
But you don't. And I can understand that. I've done some pretty rotten things to you in the past.
Who am I talking to? I thought I was talking to Denny. You Denny?
I've grown up, too, Leigh.
So you're just trying to help me get on that team?
Leigh, I think you're a very good hockey player. That's why I tried to get you on the team.
It had nothing to do with Sally, Denny?
I don't think it would do you two any harm to be apart for a while. You need some time apart.
That's what I thought.
So what's wrong with that? You need some time apart to think about the kind of major commitment
Denny,
you get.
This is between Sally and me. We don't need anybody's interference, especially yours.
So that's the bottom line, huh? That's the bottom line. You're not going to accept this offer.
I don't know. Sally and I will have to discuss it. But it doesn't concern you. And if you really care for me as much as you say you do, you'll stay out of it this time, pal.
Liz, here's the list of office assignments you were asking for.
Oh, now do you want me to type it and make copies for everyone?
No, I just think a personal letter to everybody who's being moved would be better, and then general copy to the entire office.
Okay, now wait and see if I can read it. You know what your handwriting is.
Yeah, I've had a few complaints.
Well, it's not that bad for a lefty with a bad finger. Now, let's see. You say here, 207. Pat goes into that. That's Cecile's old
Right.
office. And Cecile goes into Pat's old office. And Sally moves into your old office. Sure. Diane, Felice, Edgar, they stay right where they are. Brian Bancroft is going to Mac Cory's office. When Mac comes back, Brian goes back to his office downtown.
Right, clear enough?
Well, yes, I can read it. But, Jamie.
Yeah.
What about you? There isn't any office here for you.
Hi.
Oh, Cecil.
Hi.
Oh. Are you okay?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No, not really, I guess. It was awful, Melissa. I had no idea it'd be like that. It was like, I don't know, like being in a fishbowl with everybody looking at you. Reporters everywhere asking all kinds of questions.
No. It came in over the news service over at the Ledger.
You mean it's already in the Ledger?
No, I don't even know if Philip's going to run it. It just Sandy told me.
Look, Melissa, I was seriously thinking of not coming back, especially when I heard about all the publicity that this was getting. I shouldn't have come back.
No. Oh, I'm so glad that you did. Oh. Because if you didn't, I was going to go right after you.
You know, during the whole testimony, I could only think about one thing and one thing only.
What?
Russ Matthews. What was going to happen when he read about it or when he saw it on TV?
Please. You can't think about that now. You can't.
What do you mean I can't think about it? What are you saying? You know, have any idea what Russ Matthews is going to do to me when he finds out? And I can't blame him. What can I say? I'm sorry? Hey, I'm sorry, Russ, baby. I killed your wife. I'm sorry. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
No, that is not what you're going to say. You're going to go there and you were going to explain the truth to him. You're going to tell him that it was Ilsa who tried to arrange the whole thing and how you tried to stop her.
No, it's not going to do any good. It's not going to bring Tracy back.
Jason, please. Just try not to think about it now, please.
I wish I could turn off my mind and not think at all. But I can't. I just can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, my God. I didn't hear you come out of that office.
I guess you didn't. Could you please messenger this first thing Monday morning?
Oh, sure. Rachel Davis? To your mother?
Yes.
Oh, well, I could messenger it over to her right now. It's not too late today. I mean, you could get to her tonight if it's that important. I mean, I know you're staying there.
No, I'd really prefer if you messenger it first thing Monday morning.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
I mean, I'd never make those kind of demands on Jamie. I'd never ask for the things that he's giving me. I mean, the only thing that I might really want is maybe the cabin.
The cabin?
Yes. It really means a lot to me. It was a wedding present from Mac to Jamie and me, and we just had so many happy times there.
Yeah, and some not so happy times, too.
But it was where I first realized.
Realized what?
How much I cared for you. You were so strong and protective. I know it's probably wrong of me to say this, Sandy, but it's where I first realized how much I could love you. You're not angry at me for saying that, are you? I mean, I know how close you and Jamie are.
Were.
Then you're not angry.
Cecile, you must know. I care for you very much. And all this time I've had to hold back my feelings because of Jamie, because I didn't want to hurt Jamie or you. Now with all the things Jamie's done to you, Jamie's doing to you, I just don't know anymore.
I just had some problems that I needed to talk over with someone. I shouldn't have called you. I know you have enough problems of your own.
Oh, I'm glad you called. Actually, I'm pretty flattered.
You sure you don't mind?
Hey, why should I mind? Listen, lately I've been running to you every time I've had a problem.
I know.
It's kind of nice to return a favor.
But there's a difference.
What? What's the difference?
The difference is that I'm a doctor and I'm supposed to deal with other people's problems.
Oh, I always thought friends were supposed to help other people's problems, too. Oh, do you need a medical degree to be a friend now? Or don't you?
No, I just you don't.
Okay. Now you can tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's bothering you. Hey, I can't help you unless you tell me what it is. What's wrong?
Well, almost everything's wrong.
Like what? What is it?
It's just Marianne and I are having problems.
In what way?
We're fighting.
About what?
Oh, just a lot of things.
Hey, come on. You can be straight with me.
It's just this Jamie thing.
Jamie? What does Jamie have to do with it?
He's just always around. When I turn my back, he's hanging on Marianne. And now that Jamie and Cecile are getting a divorce...
Jamie and Cecile are getting a divorce?
You didn't know that?
No. How did that happen?
It happened during the hostage thing. And now that they're separated, I just wonder what's going to happen to my marriage.
Well, is Marianne in love with Jamie?
She says she's not.
But you don't believe her.
I don't know.
She married you, Rick.
I know, but marriage is not necessarily a permanent condition. And Jamie was not really available when we got married.
I don't think you're being very fair to Marianne.
Aren't I?
No. She loves you, Rick, very, very much.
If she loves me so much, why did she go away?
Go away? Where'd she go?
To the ECU seminar.
Rick, that's part of her work, isn't it?
It's just that I need her right now. I need her very much.
Rick, what is it? What's wrong?
It's my father.
What about your father?
I just found...
What? What'd you find out? What?
I found out that he's very ill. That he might die.
Oh, Rick, I'm sorry.
I just wish my wife was here. I need my wife to be here.
You're not saying you care for me because Jamie's left me.
No, it's not that.
Sandy, I couldn't stand that if you were. I mean, if you were saying these things because you felt sorry or you pitied me.
Cecile. Do you remember that night on the beach in Santa Monica? I wanted to make love to you then. I knew it was wrong, but I wanted to. And I told you that I would never pressure you. That I would never put you in a position of having to choose between Jamie or me. I loved you then. I love you now.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.